Hello, guys. Hi. Welcome. This is English grammar class as you know it, and you know who I am by now. I am Miss Anne. So, this is English grammar class with Miss Anne, and today we're going to learn about idioms. So, either you call it idioms or you call it idiomatic expressions. Now, I believe many of us out there are familiar with the term idioms or idiomatic expression. This is not the first time we are hearing about it. So, we probably have an idea what idioms are. So as you can see on the screen, we have a couple of words like let the cat out of the bag, wet behind the ears, to pull somebody's ears, to give somebody a cold shoulder. So these and many more are examples of idioms. So let's begin the class right away. So an idiom is a group of words whose meaning is different from the literal meaning of the words. So like what you say is different from what you actually mean. Like when I say let the cat out of the bag, doesn't actually mean that there's an actual cat inside an actual bag that has been zipped up and then you try to, zip it open and then you bring the cat out of the bag. No. It just means that you should maybe like to reveal a secret, to tell something that was not, So you reveal a secret, that's like the meaning of cut out of the bag. And also we have like when you say break a leg, break a leg literally means good luck. But if you tell someone to break a leg, doesn't actually mean you're telling the person to go ahead and break their leg. But it's just a way of saying good luck. So cat got your tongue, or to beat about the bush. So I believe these words are we are familiar with these words. Exactly. So a couch potato and many more. So these are idioms. So you are saying some things, but it's not the actual meaning. Okay, the meaning of what you are saying is different. Example, break the ice. Break the ice does not mean to actually smash ice, like you start looking for ice and then you want to break it or smash it. It just simply means let's start a conversation. So many of us are familiar with icebreaker games. When we talk about icebreaker games, maybe you have a group of people together came for an event, and what is like, okay, let's have icebreaker games. So just to make the environment much more calmer, much more friendly, just to get everybody to bond together. So that's what I mean by icebreaker games. So to break the ice just means to start up a conversation, not to start looking for ice to break or smash. So now that we understand what idioms are, the idioms are a group of words that they have a different meaning from what is being said. We've spoken about break a leg. We've spoken about it's piece of cake, like it's a piece of cake. That a piece of cake means that something is simple or easy. So why do we actually use idioms? Why don't we say exactly what we mean? Now we use idioms to make our speech more interesting. I mean, it's much more exciting. Like the teacher gives you a test and you see it and like, wow, this is a piece of cake because you know all the answers to that question. So it sounds much more exciting. It makes it much more interesting. While that exam was a piece of cake. It sounds cool. Not like say no, that exam was easy. It just yeah. So idiom just make our speech much more interesting, more cooler. Then it express ideas in a creative way. It does also sound more natural in English. Then it improves our speaking and our writing skills. So let's look at some common idioms. Like I've said before, I've spoken about a piece of cake. That a piece of cake just simply means that something was very easy. So the test was a piece of cake, the homework was a piece of cake, the exam, the quiz was a piece of cake. It just simply means the test was easy, the homework was easy, the exam was easy, the quiz was easy. Under the weather, when you say somebody is under the weather, it means that that person is feeling sick, the person is unwell. So Ada is under the weather today. That means Ada is not feeling well today, she's sick. Why is Ada not in school? Oh, because she's feeling under the weather, she's feeling sick, so she didn't come to school today. To spill the beans means to reveal a secret. So Musa spilled the beans about the surprise party. It doesn't mean that there was beans in a plate and Musa just poured it out. No, it just simply means that Musa revealed a secret. So we have been planning a surprise party for somebody, but Musa doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut. He couldn't hold his tongue. So he couldn't bite his tongue. So that bite his tongue means he couldn't keep quiet. Do you understand? That's another kind of idiom. So Musa couldn't bite his tongue. He went on to spill the beans about the surprise party. I mean, so that sounds pretty cool, right? Then hit the nail on the head means to be exactly right. Like maybe I'm asking a question and I'm like, who knows what idioms are? Then somebody gives me an answer and I'm like, yeah, it's not quite exactly what I want to hear, but anyway, you are right. Another person gives me another definition. I'm like, okay, you are still on the way, but you've not given me exactly what I want to hear. The kind of definition I want to hear, you've not given it to me. And somebody else just stands up and like gives me the exact definition of it. I'm like, perfect, you hit the nail on the head. That means you said exactly what I want to hear. Like that's the word I'm looking for. So idioms are pretty cool, pretty interesting, and pretty neat actually. So we're just going to look at a couple of idioms. It's not really easy for you to actually guess the meaning of an idiom. So you have to take your time to study and get familiar with so many idioms because we have a lot of idioms out there. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples, but we have so much more than these examples I'm giving to you. So you have to take time to go back on your own and actually get familiar with idioms and their meaning, and also learn to use them, not just to know them, but to use them to show that yeah, I'm actually a cool person. So these are some examples of everyday idioms. To bite the bullet. Now, to bite the bullet means that you are facing a difficult situation. It's a very, very difficult situation you are going through, but you're not giving up. You are still brave about it. You're still tough about it. So you are biting the bullet, okay? Now let's call it a day. We use this a lot. Teachers use it a lot. Many people use it a lot when just to stop working for the day. So we've been doing a lot of we've been learning like, what, let's just call it a day. So you probably don't know that that was an idiom. So call it a day just means let's just bring this whole thing to a stop. Let's stop here today. We'll continue tomorrow. Now I'm on cloud nine. So instead of saying I'm very happy, I'm so excited. Oh my god, I'm so happy today. You can say, oh my god, I'm on cloud nine today. That means I'm very happy. So this is something that we say every day. So you can change from saying I'm very happy to I'm on cloud nine. Then a blessing in disguise. We've had this several times. Now this just simply means something that's at first it looked like as if it was a very, very bad thing. But later on you see the benefit of it actually coming, like actually happening. You see the good come out of it. Do we get that? So something that looks like a very terrible thing to happen to you. But as time goes on, you see that oh my god, it was actually a very good thing. Thank God it actually happened. So that's a blessing in disguise. Then the ball is in your court. We use this a lot. So you probably ask somebody say that the ball is left to you. The ball is in your court. So it's left to you to decide, left to you to make the final call. Then to burn the midnight oil, my kids use this a lot when they heard about it. So to burn the midnight oil simply means to study or work late into the night. Oh, Miss Anne, I slept late last time because I was burning the midnight oil for the test, for the mathematics test. So you were studying all night for your math test. Now to hit the sack means to go to bed. Pull someone's leg doesn't mean that you're actually holding on somebody's leg and you're pulling the person. No. It simply means, oh, I'm just joking with you. I was only teasing you. I was only pulling your legs. Like when you want to play a prank on somebody, so you're pulling somebody's leg, just trying to joke with the person. Or when you say, I'm kidding. Now, to go back to the drawing board means to start again after failure. So you probably failed or you probably didn't get something right. So you need to go back to the drawing board. You need to start all over again. To miss the boat simply means to miss an opportunity. So let's talk about idioms that has to do with your feelings or behavior. Now, to lose your temper. Lose your temper means to become angry. Like, don't lose your temper. Don't be angry, okay? Keep your cool. Do the calms. Keep your cool. That means remain calm, okay? Calm down, cool down, relax. Just keep your cool. Hold your horses. Means calm down, okay? Go the extra mile. That means do more than what you expected. I expect my kids to always go the extra mile. Miss Anne gives you homework. I don't just expect you to just do the homework and close the book and then go to watch TV or you are scrolling all over the internet. I expect you to go the extra mile, do some more reading, do some more studying. Okay, so always go the extra mile, guys. Then sit on the fence. That means maybe you have two friends, they are fighting, and they both mean a lot to you. You don't have a favorite friend, and you just don't because if you are supporting this one, the other person feels bad, like you care about this person more. If you decide to side with this other person will feel bad that you are going with this one more. That means you like this one more than you like me. So now, in order to avoid like hurting people's feelings, you just sit on the fence. Like I'm sitting on the fence here. I'm not on your side. I'm not on your side. I'm just my own guy. I'm just my own person. Okay. Now to jump the gun. Jump the gun means to act too soon. In Nigeria, we call it over sabi busybody. Like you are jumping the gun. Calm down. You're too quick. You're too fast. Over sabi busybody. Just relax. Okay, then to blow off steam, you are really really pissed off and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to blow off some steam. So you just want to release your anger, you want to calm down. Okay, then wear your heart on your sleeves to show your emotions openly. Like me, I always wear my heart on my sleeve. So I'm always out there. I show my emotions. I don't hide it. If I'm not happy with you, I'm going to let you know. If I'm happy with you, I'm going to let you know. So I don't try to pretend for your own comfort. I always wear my heart on my sleeve. Then to get cold feet, maybe you have an exam coming up and you're like, I have cold feet about this mass examination. That means you are nervous about it. I have cold feet concerning this interview. You are nervous about it. You're kind of afraid about it. So that's having cold feet. Then to see red. If you guys don't keep this room tidy, you will see red. That means you make me really angry. Okay. Then to work on eggshells, that means to be very careful not to upset somebody. Many of us do that because the first impression matters. So you work on eggshells. You pretend to be who you are not, just because you are trying as much as possible not to offend somebody or get on the bad side of somebody. So that's like working on eggshells. Then we have idioms about communication and thinking. So when it says to read between the lines, you need to understand hidden meanings. Like if you can just read between the lines, you observe that nobody actually really likes you. So read between the lines. So just understand hidden meanings. Food for thought. That's a food for thought. That's something to think of. You just gave me an idea. That's a food for thought. I can never thought about it. So you just gave me something to think about. Do you get the points? Do you understand? I believe we're familiar with this one. Like, do you get the points? Do you understand? Speak of the devil. Maybe you're talking about somebody and that moment the person walks in like speak of the devil. Doesn't mean that the person is actually a devil. But the person showed up the moment you were actually talking about that person. So that's like wow, speak of the devil. Then are we on the same page? Do we agree? Do we understand each other? Are you saying yes to my yes and no to my no? So are we on the same page? Get the points? Then word of mouth. That means information spread by people talking that become word of mouth in the community. That means people already be talking about this thing, talking about it, this and that. Then think outside the box. I believe we should all be familiar with this. You need to learn to think outside the box. I tell my kids this. You need to learn to think creatively. Be unique in your thinking. Think something special. Think something extraordinary. So think creatively. Then don't put words in my mouth. Too. That's not what I said. Don't put words in my mouth. That means to say what somebody did not mean. You're trying to twist my words. I said A, you're saying I said C. Please don't put words in my mouth. Don't try to change exactly what I'm trying to say. Then hold your tongue. Like I said earlier, hold your tongue. Stay silent. Hold your tongue. You need to learn to hold your tongue. If Musa had held his tongue, he would not have spilled the beans about the surprise party. So if Musa had stayed calm, if Musa had stayed quiet, stayed silent, he would not have revealed the secret about the surprise party. Then straight from the horse's mouth. You know what? I have straight from the horse's mouth that you said this and that about him. So that's to hear from a reliable source. Okay? So these are just a few examples of idioms. Like idioms are so exciting and really interesting. I wish I could keep the class going actually, but I can't teach you all the idioms we have in this world. We have so many common ones that I even forgot to mention. Like I spoke about break a leg. I didn't talk about it in my slide, but I mentioned break a leg. Like good luck. Okay. So practice time. Okay, yeah, you guys love me singing it too. Practice time. All right, so this practice is for you. We've learned about idioms. Like I said, we have so many out there. So I have just 12 idioms on my screen. What I want you to do is to give me the meaning of these idioms and form sentences with these idioms. It's not just about knowing these idioms, but it's about also using them. Okay, so get the meaning of these idioms and use them to form sentence. So number one, raining cats and dog. We probably heard about that. That it's raining cat and dog. Doesn't mean that you can. Have you ever seen cats and dog fall from the sky? No, we've not. But it simply means I don't want to say. So find out what it means and then form a sentence with it for me. Then I have butterflies in my stomach, monkey business, fish out of water, go bananas. I smell a rat. The early bird catches the worm. A couch potato full of beans, not my cup of tea, out of the blues, and a smart cookie. So, break a leg, guys. And with that, we come to the end of today's class. I hope you had fun. Bye.